Dajahan. Hi guys, it's Shanae and welcome back to my channel. And today we have a very special guest. If anyone has watched this channel before, this is Lee from Just a Lowly channel. And I finally convinced him to do a proper collab with me. So yeah, he is amazing. If you guys are interested in any of the above, Untamed, Word of Honor, Devil Judge, and also Moda Zushi and Heaven Official's Blessing, highly recommend those reactions. Those are some of my favorites. And yeah, I'm really excited to have him here. I hope you'll have a good time, and everyone be nice in the comments, please. So okay, today we are basically going to be doing a first impression. So we'll have one first impressions here on my channel, and then another one over on his channel. And the premise is basically we're going to be introducing each other to shows that we wouldn't normally react to on our own channels, but think the other person will enjoy. So we're going to be doing Strong Girl Bong-Soon over on my channel, and then we're going to be doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer over on his channel. And obviously he's seen Buffy, I've seen Strong Girl Bong-Soon, and I'm keen to see how this is going to turn out. So okay, I've been talking a lot, but I also just want to mention, if you guys do enjoy this reaction, then we will be tempted to continue, but if not, then we're just gonna have this be one glorious collab, and then we'll find something else to do as well, because I think I want to do a few collabs if he's amenable. But anyway. Okay, so now that I have talked everyone's ear off, I think we can basically more or less just get into it.
Just watching him, always usually a good-looking person.
Of course.
Oh, okay, the bus just burst the tire.
I startled so badly.
Did you? Are they gonna crash? Who are they gonna crash into? I like how all the cars managed to swerve.
Luckily, yeah.
Oh look, did that shoot a twist to his face? I mean, if you've ever seen Speed, it reminds me of that movie.
Haven't seen it. Whew, that's close.
Whoa.
Oh, so there she is. Is she a child at this point? Or is she just very short?
She is quite tiny.
Okay. Slow motion.
If I'm not misremembering, this is a few years back.
Okay. So this is love at first sight.
That's me.
Yeah, I think that's everyone. Oh, it's the CEO. Okay, scream voice. Let me sleep first. Okay, let's see. Yeah, thank you, that's me. I would hang up. You're threatening me, but you're not doing really anything. Oh, she has a self-introduction. I hate those. I am very strong. I can save you.
내 이름은 도봉순.
도봉순.
도봉구 도봉동에 사는 도봉순. 나로 말할 것 같으면 나는 좀.
Oh wait, she's where she reveals it in her resume. I don't think she should write that.
Nope.
나에겐 비밀이 있다.
This became a fantasy.
난 힘이 세다. 그것. 아주 많이.
I like the art here.
Yeah, I really like this.
돌로 때려 눕힌 적군의 숫자가 더 많았다던 조상.
Also, it goes back that far.
목의 혈통으로 유전되는 이 괴력에는 엄청난.
The fact that it glows.
숨겨져 있다.
Yeah, I love that they played into the superhero trope so much.
Oh yeah, they're definitely playing up to it.
내 조상 여인들은 이 괴력을 의롭지 않은 일에 쓰면 결국 그 대가를 치르게 된다는.
So they always have to use it for good.
징크스가 생겼다.
Yeah, which I kind of like because that explains why you wouldn't just go on a rampage.
얼룩진
Yeah,
한심과
right?
인기가.
But
하지만
she got greedy. She's always chewing chewing gum that with her mouth open. I don't like that when people do that.
No, the mother is a character.
하던 그레코로마녀 레슬링 선수 도칠구와 어느 날 갑자기 힘이 사라져버린 역도 선수
It's the.
황진이는
I like how it's just told as well, like the old quality.
그렇게
Oh yeah.
그날 사고를 치고 말았다.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about this part. 봤어요? 이거 좀 보세요. 이거 주먹을 쥐고 있어요.
Uh-oh, she's gonna punch you. Oh, she punched the doctor.
비겁해도 참았다.
I mean, wouldn't if she knocked him out, wouldn't that be her doing something for good?
I think she hasn't really been doing it, so she doesn't know where the lines lie, basically.
Yeah, she's definitely afraid.
농부만 살아남아. 왜냐면 기름이 떨어져서 이동이 불가능해지거든. 그럼 원시.
I love how they're all eating it, just looking at her like, yeah, we hear this all the time.
엄마는 호두 가게를 접고 농업으로 이직하자고 주장했고
But farming's clearly not for her.
특사 형태로 삼촌집에 보내버렸다.
Yeah, thank you, the same reaction.
혹시 노는 게 일이야. 부러운 인생이지?
Oh, it's just the CEO. Right. Why every time there's an enemy, they are all in black and a mask on, as if we can't tell who they are?
And this was before COVID, so there wasn't any excuse. Just
way he
leaving his
runs.
hoverboard right there. Oh my word.
Oh, they made them do this multiple times, by the way. Multiple times.
Yeah, I pity them.
You can tell the CEO actor is clearly faster than the extra they're using right now. Oopsie.
개인 경호원 하나 구해야겠어.
You just figured that out?
지금 당장.
He's very good looking. Even more so than when we first saw him.
Yeah, he is quite good.
She seems like a lovely person.
Yeah,
But she's super strong.
I really like her character, which is I think why this works as well as it does. Because obviously a trope is nice, but the acting
Yeah.
is not so solid.
You need a bit more. Is he singing along to Michael Jackson? These poor kids.
Oh goodness! How did I
okay.
forget this?
이 트럭 운전 기사
He's a
세분이
big man.
지금 식사 중인데. 아니 여기 이렇게 길을 막고
How
있으면
does this man look both super like tough and masculine, and
What
then
did he
does
just sorry, what did
something
he
like
just
that?
do? He looks tough and masculine because he's big.
좋은 말로도 할때
And then he comes and does
And then he
this.
doesn't.
맞는 경우.
Oh, goodness.
Notice how the bad guy's always in black.
I mean, then am I supposed to be a bad guy? I'm always in black.
I'm half bad, I'm half in black.
우리 남친이야?
아니 남의 핸드폰은 뭐 그러세요?
Who are you to be taking her phone?
우연히 겁대가리 쌈 싸먹었나? 어디서 신고질이야?
Oh, oh no, I know you didn't just raise your hand.
네가 뭐
Stop trying to intimidate her.
새끼야, 뺀질하게 생겼네. 씨. 가.
Mm-mm. Okay, we're about to fight. Oh.
This is so like relatable. Everything
Right?
is fine until you abuse the phone.
Right? Like, give me my compensate.
뭐 하는 거야?
이러니 내가 경찰을 안 좋아하는 거야.
She was busy.
Oh,
and
no, you didn't. Please kick his ass.
까르야. 까르라고 이씨.
아,
까르.
Oh.
내가 다시 힘을 쓰지 못하더라도
They playing rock, paper,
몸에
scissors.
호환 마마가 퍼지더라도 난 오늘 이 자식을 그냥
His ass.
I,
Oh, the teeth came out. Did you see him fly?
I can
Now
feel
he's gonna
the bones
remember
crack.
her. Oh, Sonic Boom. Oh, did she just kill them?
Like,
Oh,
almost.
nice.
아저씨, 저 이거 핸드폰
Yeah.
들어주세요.
Compensated for her phone.
아니 아저씨도 사회생활 하시면
Like,
아시겠지만
don't, no.
알잖아요.
Oh, be nice, be nice.
뭐 미안하죠 이렇게 되면.
Telling him to run. Yeah. What is with trying to hit women all the time?
Oh, that went through my bones.
He's afraid now, look. Oh no. And he's a big guy.
I love the cuts between.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Is the music playing in the background?
yeah.
He's still up there. Ouch. Oh, he
Oh,
survived.
thank
That's fine.
Barely. Oh,
I'm sorry, the teeth were so far in your gullet that they came out?
오랜만이다.
Oh, it's been a while. Oh, okay. That answered my question.
okay.
쟤왜 저러는 거야?
She's so unassuming.
He's also so attractive.
Yeah, that's why I went hello earlier.
I heard.
But when are they not? Oh, so she's in love with him. Is this gonna be a love triangle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Okay.
Oh, that slap.
Oh,
앞면이
the teeth.
A moderate injury, come on, he lost teeth.
차영남이 김 씨에게 부딪혀 자빠지고 김 씨는 10m 이상 날아가
Well, technically someone tripped. That's not her fault.
But
Yeah.
I love how
이게 말이
they told this. Yeah, they told this as if anyone would believe it.
민법 제750조에 따라 고의 과시 있는 폭력 행위야. 너 처벌받아. 당시 신고 목격자의 진술이 없는 한
그게 무협 소설이지
Oh,
조사라고 쓴
yeah.
거니까.
He's the CEO.
니네 경찰서에서 거짓말하면 안 돼. 정말로 이 누나가 이 아저씨들 다 때려 눕혔단 말이니?
Good on you. Yeah.
그때 그 당시 상황이 뭐랄까? 그
He's enjoying this way too much.
걸리는 개판 5분 전이었다고나 할까?
Okay.
고인의 거짓 진술은 불가.
Right, dude, so, yeah, because they're gonna believe a small woman could beat up several men. I know, I like how we put the blame on them. That was smart. See you low.
너
Yeah, he's so unimpressed.
안 걸리려면
Yeah, I like that.
울지만 말.
But they also know one another.
Yeah.
대표님.
I think they kind of have a big brother, little sister dynamic.
Little sister
even if-
dynamics, yeah, even though she's in love with him.
Yeah.
Oh, she has a unique way of thinking, but she's also very clearly protective of herself. Did he just say sexy?
Yeah, but I love the assistant's reaction being so realistic. He's like, "What?
What?
After
Yeah, that was me. I was like,
she
what?
abused you like that?"
And then the slow motion. He clearly likes a dominant woman. That's what he likes. He likes someone who takes control and in charge, and he can't figure them out. He's so fake.
정말 짜릿했으니까 어떤 게임보다도.
I like that he's unlikable in moments, and then he's likable at other moments. Look at them. I like how all the villains are just like a slapstick, like comedy act.
Yeah, and I kind of like it's very grim, but also it's I like the fact that there's actual consequences to the
Yeah.
damage that she did.
He's gonna cut with his teeth missing. We're not gonna feel sorry for you, so sit back.
자, 봐봐 이 골절 상태. 야, 정형외과 전문의 15년 차인 나도 처음 본 골절이다.
Oh goodness, this
단박에 다 젖혀졌다가
He's so excited.
원상 복구가 됐어. 정말 불가사의한 힘을
Who
가진
are you?
사람이 아니면
Because they're focusing on you now. Oh, did you just pee yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if he's that scared, pull over to the side. Oh wait, they're being kidnapped?
Yeah.
That makes sense. No, you won't, because don't you want the ransom money? That's right, kick it open.
Yeah.
I was waiting for her to do something like that.
But can you imagine, like,
I know, and just this kid
driving?
kicking this door open like that. Look at the cape on him. Look at the cape. Yeah, that's it. Take the car out. By the way, a perfect job in hiring this kid actor who looks so much like
Right?
the actress. Whew.
It's so good. I love also how like the impact wasn't on her. Like it just seemed like she just tapped it.
Yeah,
but
which makes it.
everything around
Yeah,
her.
which shows the strength, like how strong she really is.
아니 근데 그나저나 내일 아침에 누나 괜찮으려나? 그 저주
Everyone is so good
어릴 때 그
looking.
사건은 상관없었지. 나
너 공부해라.
But I love how the brother immediately knew who the culprit was.
Yeah, he knew it. He was like, yeah, it's my sister. And how nonchalant he is just reading the book, like, yeah, she's done this before. Yeah, because I was going to say she did an act of good. She used her powers for good, so she shouldn't. She's so afraid of, like, the curse. Bit stressed. Not a hair out of place.
I don't know how idols manage to always look good no matter what they're doing.
Right? Their genetics are amazing. Well, at times.
Well, most of them in any case. Oh, the spits! Oh, the spits! I need a pillow.
You and your pillows. Is it gonna be a man? Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I knew it was gonna be a man.
Not just any man, though.
I know this man.
Poor thing. Dude.
He's so angry, but so sexy. Sorry. Take that out.
No.
이렇게 성공을 해서 아주 뿌듯해. 근데 그 백없이 되는 거 그거 한계가 있거든.
Bribery. Well, that's quite good at intimidation. Him not saying anything and just drinking.
네, 제가 도봉수인데 누구세요?
Oh wow, they didn't take too long to find her. These weird like cutaways and then close-ups, like split cuts, are just right in your face. It's very like jarring, but in a good way.
Yeah, like it adds to the humor.
Yeah.
그 사람 끝까지 지시하네요. 아니 뭐 할 말 있으면 본인이 직접 와서 하면 되지 왜 사람을 시켜서 이런데요? 나이도 아저씨가 훨씬 많아 보이는구만.
Doesn't she remind you of her mother in moments like this?
So much. I think she's just a nicer version of her mother.
1차 면접이요.
Yeah.
회사 망할 회사 혹은 정말 고생을 해서
Wait,
아주
when was the last time you worked?
저는 이 몸을 쓰는 일보다는 머리를 쓰면서 살겠다.
Oh yeah, of course she would want brain power.
That's something she can work at, whereas obviously the strength is
Yeah.
something she doesn't have to try.
죄송하지만 어떤 업종인지 여쭤봐도 될까요?
근데 사생활이거든요. 여기까지 와주셨는데 거절해서 정말 죄송합니다. 그럼 살펴가세요.
연봉 6천.
Oh no.
어디라고요?
들어보셨어요?
There are a lot of sound effects. Oh, look at her. She's happy now. She knows that company.
아 그게 어떻게 된
At least
거냐면
that's what I tell myself.
너 외할머니 얘기 못 들었어? 외할머니 시장에서 남자나 잘못 해서 한 달 내내 폭풍설 싸고 그다음부터 치질 걸린 거. 그리고 나
Thanks. Why did you tell him that? Okay.
Mm.
나 이제 내 재능을 살릴래.
You're not going to enjoy your life. There's going to be ups and downs.
누나, 너 배고파.
야, 배고파. 맛있어.
Ouch.
It's a wonder this
I
poor
wonder
man has.
if she did training, like she could like learn to use like 1% of her strength.
알아.
내가 오늘 그 재개발 현장에서 폭행한 남자들 좀 알아봤는데 그 아주
Right.
질이 나쁜 놈들이야. 그러니까 너 밤늦게 다니지 말고 그리고 전기 충격기라도
Oh, she'll be fine.
나한테 보급형 몇 개 있으니까 퇴근하면서 갖다 줄게.
Oh wait, no, because if they have a bullet,
끝난다.
that might not be okay.
나 취직할 것 같아.
끊어.
Ouch.
Brutal.
I think he's a bit like me. I'm kind of like bye.
보이시는데 왜 경호원을 필요로 하시는지.
He's healthy, but he's also besotted by you.
아, 그렇다고 오해하지 말아요. 저 나쁜 사람 아니에요.
He has enemies that threaten him. At
That he can
the
chase
middle
and
of the
beat
night.
off.
그런 건
Yeah.
역시 열악하네요. 그럼 저
I feel like she's just playing hard to get though, because
No, she is, because she knows how much he wants and the value. So she's just, yeah, she's being like, quite
연봉
elusive.
타격을 봐야죠. 입사
I don't
넘겨봐요.
know if she is able to pretend,
that.
because she can't control when she's like not with her family.
Yeah, that is very true. Actually, she's not got any self-control with that. I felt that.
여자한테 줬다고
Yeah.
하거나 막 노여워하지 마세요. 제가 조금 특이한 경우니까요.
Yeah, that's true.
그리고 이건 좀 비밀로 해주셨으면 좋겠거든요.
He's so upset.
The poor.
I know. He's hurting so badly.
I feel like he should have had alarm bells going off when the man was ready to offer his car.
Right.
나 줘봐요.
It's just. Oh. I sense the pain coming.
Oh goodness.
This is gonna hurt.
He looks
Me.
so worried.
That was a tap. That was a tap. It's the fact that you know they're being pulled by a zip wire in a green screen that makes it funnier. Did you break his back?
How do you even begin to explain that to someone?
I need to know how she's not killed anyone. That is what I need to know. Could have given him brain damage. I didn't mean to laugh like that.
많이 웃는다.
It's fine.
경호원한테 이해해줘야 할
I
수
don't
없잖아.
think this show minds laughter at pain.
하던 말해.
She's alone in an alleyway. What could happen?
We will have to find out.
Dun dun dun. It's interesting that they're using the kind of sound effects of like a supernatural element, like with the whispering of like the ghost.
자,
He is huge.
잘 쓸게 고마워.
And she's tiny.
잘 쓰다니 안 써야지. 가능하면 쓸 일 없게 살아. 이거 수저가 필요 없는 거라서 큰 판은 없어. 호신용으로 가지고 다니는 거니까.
I mean, yeah, he literally. That's actually kind of sweet of him to bring that.
희지야.
Oh, this. Oh.
Mhm. I would start running.
Right? It feels like we're about to be introduced to the supervillain. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So no being saved.
yeah.
We've got a serial killer on our hands. Well, I say serial killer, he has to kill more people in the show for him to technically be called that.
Yeah. But definitely a murderer.
Oh, virus? Yeah.
내가 사방이 적이라고
The way he
얘기했어.
will is every time he wheels in.
뭐예요 이거?
글쎄, 뭘까?
It's a virus.
널
Clearly,
부르고
it's a
있는 중이야.
message to you. Do you remember when you were
IT 업을 하는
threatened?
사람들은
누구한테요?
모르지. 알면 잡았지.
그럼 경찰에 신고하세요.
나 경찰 싫어해. 믿지도 않고.
That's true. He
내가
doesn't like
잡을
cops.
거야. 어때? 죽이지. 그 새끼 잡으면 너 우리 회사 기획개발팀 정규직 입사. 그리고 네 기획안 개발해볼게. 어때?
Yeah, you should have just gone with that from the start.
Yeah, right?
사에 어려움을 겪고 있다고 합니다. 피해자 정 씨는 인근 대형 서점 검수팀에서 근무하던 여성으로 그날 야근을 끝내고 평소 집까지.
See, this is what I mean. It's so there's a lot of like danger for a woman, but yet she obviously is the strong one. If that makes sense, there's some
Yeah.
hurt in it in ways.
Yeah.
Dramatic turn to her. Is this the end of the episode?
Mhm.
Has to be because they're using dramatic music.
Okay, so what are your thoughts?
Interesting concept. It's not obviously unique, but I do like that there is a lot of comedy added into this. So of course we get very serious moments like the bus almost crashing into that young girl with her mom, but the interlaced comedy kind of takes away a lot of the fear, if that makes sense, because you know
Yeah.
it's going to be usually a saving grace, which we know is a certain little superhero, and so for me there's danger, especially at the end, as we saw with the voice modulator, which by the way the police could
reverse,
figure
but
that
he
out
doesn't
and
like the police.
yeah, but I'm saying she could go there and change everything about it, but yeah, that kind of takes away the whole something bad is really going to happen, if that makes sense, even though someone just got murdered. It's the comedy element to take away a lot of that dramatic side of things, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I feel like what really drew me to this, because I feel like it could have easily gone one way where it's too silly or another way where it's too dark. And I feel like they balance it really, really well in terms of mixing in both elements in a palatable way.
They've also set up a lot of A plots, B plots, C plots, so you understand. They've made sure with the audience that it's very clear, and they didn't put it all too close together. So you got the different forms of the plots happening at quite nice sections, so you could digest that moment before something else happens. And I appreciate them doing that, because sometimes it can be a bit too compact, and so then you're trying to figure something out in just one episode, where actually in this term they did a good job for just one episode to kind of hint what's going to happen.
Yeah, the pacing, especially at the start, I think is really good. It falls apart a little bit for me at the end, but it's still enjoyable by that point because you're invested. So you tolerate the pacing going slightly wacky. At least, I mean, if you get there, then I think.
Well, hopefully we'll see.
But I think especially in this first episode, they did a good job of really everything. Because what were your thoughts on the characters?
So the three main ones are very interesting, because there's the triangle of the love triangle, if you want to call it that, but they also kind of, if you think about it, their attitudes and their demeanors balance one another out, and there's also a lot of similarities between all of them. So with Bong-Soon, she's got that fake sweetness when she's trying to get something, and then she's got a very kind of cool, calm, and kind of condescending demeanor that she clearly got from her mother. She got the niceness from her father, and then that side from the mom. But I like that because it means that she's not the damsel in distress. So we don't have to worry about her like that, apart from, a bullet. That was in my head because I was like, I don't know how indestructible she actually is. But you do.
I can't even remember, so I can't say, either way.
I would say the CEO is, how do I say this nicely? I like the character. I like all three of them. But he is the one that they clearly intentionally are representing to be a a rich kid with a chip on his shoulder. I think that's the best way I can put it. And they do use a lot of comedy with him, which is they dress him very nicely. It's clear that he has money, but then he's always on that what are they called
The
again?
hoverboard.
Hoverboards. And he just kind of
yes.
rolls in, and I'm like, are you floating? Because he just kind of comes in with this no care
Like you
attitude, and it's
can't
a rich
take it
kid.
No,
No.
you can't take it seriously. Oh my word, no.
But then it's the
But,
police
like,
officer as well. He's so good at his job, but he's also just so bad at communicating with people that it's enjoyable. I think out of the three of them, the one that makes me laugh the most is the CEO, but that's intentional. The one I think I'm most intrigued by at this point is the police officer, because they have known one another since they were clearly much younger. But it seems he doesn't know she's actually super strong because she had to hide it. But then it makes me go, weren't there incidences when they say the kids were playing in the playground and one tried to push her over and she pushed them and they flew? Or has it just escaped his mind from all those years ago?
Yeah, I think that kind of gets addressed later on, but I feel like probably as a kid it's easy to chalk those things up to whatever. And if she and her brother were maybe with him together when things like that happened, the brother could have helped to explain things away. I can't remember, so this is all just kind of like speculation.
Do you think then that goes in conjunction with the kids we met earlier when we spoke about, they're kind of being taught to kind of lie and what they saw wasn't real, if you relate it to him being a kid and forgetting all of that? Because I guess you could. I'm trying to find many little plots. Have you noticed? I'm just like trying to link everything together.
I mean, I think there is quite a lot to dig into with the show. So I don't think you'd like. It's not like you're gonna overanalyze something that doesn't want to necessarily be overanalyzed. But yeah, I think for me, I like all the characters because obviously I've seen the entirety, so I know how everyone plays out. But I think especially something about the CEO for me is very charming. I think it's the little moments where where he's kind of like just like the audience, like when he's
Yeah, that's
seeing
true.
Bong-Soon doing the crazy things and being frustrated by being woken up in the middle of the night to be threatened.
Yeah. that was a very me moment.
Yeah, and I feel like they chose very well in terms of like you can see his cockiness being displayed when he's like, okay, let's arm wrestle, and then you have the arm wrestling like failing massively, but he's kind of okay with it. Like, obviously his pride was a little bit hurt, but he still ended up hiring her, which clearly indicates that pride isn't the most important thing for him.
Well, he's a very intelligent man, so his ego is hurt. He is male. We are fragile, but he also understands that if she's able to, and we saw him, if you remember, boxing. So we saw him practicing. So he clearly works out. He's very fit. So he knows he's strong. And he probably has not really lost an arm wrestle before. So that's probably why as well. It's a big shock. But he knows she's the best one for the job. And he's probably one of the least misogynistic characters of male characters so far. And it's funny because they do subvert it. There is a lot of misogyny because we saw her get slapped earlier on, but then she subverts it because she's super strong, and then she's very condescending and she's very like, did you get beat by a woman?
Yeah.
And it's a nice way to kind of remind the audience that these men think they're better than her because they're men, but actually she's stronger than all of them.
Yeah, and I think also it kind of helps because the attitude isn't really one-sided. Like if she were a very demure kind of character who just kind of also happened to be strong, I don't think it would have worked as well as it did.
That's true. That's very, very true. She's a very strong character. And you're right. If she was more demure, I don't think the audience would be able to relate to her. And she would probably be kind of an unlikable character if that was the case, because you have to be able to suspend disbelief, but still believe in what you're watching. And I don't think the audience could really believe it, because I think then it might go too farcical.
Yeah. And also, I just realized, I think another benefit to the way they wrote her character is her character is the biggest thing about her personality. Whereas you don't want the fact that she's a strong girl to become her personality trait.
Yes, 100% agree with that. And I guess that also goes in conjunction with her hiding that strength. So she's relied on kind of not telling people that. So she's, I think, relied on her personality, the way she talks to people to kind of maneuver through life. But again, I do also think that's partly because of how her mother is. So she like it rubs off on her that she's been brought up to be very to the point and to take no gumption from anyone. And she's probably just a little bit mean. Like it just, and that's what kind of like I like about her character, that she's not, she can have her moments where, you know, you're like, ooh, ouch, that hurt.
Yeah, she's the classic thing of when they say, oh, you know, she has bites. Like usually they mean that when they're trying to make an unlikable character seem like, no, it's just because she has bite. No, she actually has bite, but she has charm as well.
Yes.
And it balances out. And that's kind of, I feel like, what some writers miss when they're trying to write a character like her.
No, yeah, I agree, because you have to have a multifaceted character, and I think she very much is, because we've got to see so many layers to her. I mean, we even got to see right at the beginning what her actual dream job is, and so it was a nice callback to have it at the end of the episode to go, well, she's trying to achieve this, but you know, she's been discriminated against because, as you said earlier, possibilities that with her resume she doesn't last long in a job. Yeah, I'm gathering because of her strength, and she's afraid also to do manual labor because of it.
Because originally, I think I mentioned, you know, she wants to do something with brain power because it's something that she can work at, but I didn't even think of the fact that she can't control her strength, so it's a genuine risk to go into something that has manual labor, because she can easily overexert the strength and do damage when she didn't intend to.
Yeah, because it's me. For me, it's very fascinating that she doesn't have control over this. Like there was no training for her, because I imagine that they could actually do that. Like if she was to train her body and her mind, that she would be able to dampen down her strength in moments, because that would be a good actual element to show, because then, you know, we have these moments where she really lets go and you see how truly strong she is, but in this she seems to have no control, which then leads to hilarity, because she just can't help herself. Like she's just trying to live her life, and then people are always invading her space and bugging her.
And I think it might also come from the fact that her mother lost her strength before they had Bong-Soon. So she can't, like, it's probably quite hard for her to try and train Bong-Soon when she no longer has the strength herself. And also her mother just doesn't come across as the kind of person who would train her daughter, even if she did have her powers.
Oh, no way. If she still had her strength, she would be completely trying to always take control and probably fight Bong-Soon in some sort of like way to be like, I am stronger than you. She's not maternal. And I think that was made very clear through a little montage of her, that she greed and ego and pride are what at the forefront for her.
Yeah, I feel like it's actually quite good that Bong-Soon hasn't been able to, or hasn't been willing to use her powers until this point, because she's now a fully formed adult. So now that she has started, it won't form as big a part of her personality as it would have if it was something she was like used to doing publicly from the start.
I think that's a very good point, that she is an adult. So she's always tried to hide it, apart from, you know, little flashbacks that we've seen where she's had to in very dire moments. But yes, she's able to separate her power from who she actually is. And that probably, if she was younger, would not have been something she was able to do, because of course they say around 25, 26 is when your brain is fully developed. And she's clearly older than that now. And so she understands herself, and clearly she started to understand her abilities more. And that's a great thing, because then it means that she's not trying to be rash. in situations, she's actually going to think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so like, yay, nay to episode 1 of Bong-Soon. Yay. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant the
I'm so
audio.
glad.
No,
No,
I really like that. I have to get used to the sound effects because I always do with shows, but I really like the humor in this. I thought it was really well done, really funny, and then got serious at the end, which was a good thing.
yeah, I'm intrigued to see if we are to continue what you'll think about the rest of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to head over to Lee's channel for the reaction to Buffy. And otherwise, we'll see you guys again next time. 再见。